Hey, Marc Warnke, the Goat Guy here. So as a lifesteader, I wanted to share with you kind of what we got going here because it's maybe something you face someday. So what we've done is that when we bought this place, as with many farms and agriculture stuff, is that we country folk don't like to play by the permit game, and I'm with them. The previous owner here on this place, this was a garage, and they actually turned a garage with a basement storage facility into the house, and that's where I live, but it doesn't have an occupancy permit. And so we have gone through the process because our main home is this one. Well, the main home on the property is the north end home, and it's kind of a clunky older home. It was built in like 1910, and the home, even though our home is smaller, it's nicer. And so we choose that one, and then we've used this one to house my boys, where now they're getting big enough to where I'm going to turn that into like an Airbnb kind of thing. And also my mom's going to be living in part of it. And so to do any of that kind of stuff, we needed to get back on the permit radar and, you know, deal with the county and the city and everything else. So the problem with a piece of land out here is that you can't have another building permit without a certain number of extra acres, and we don't meet that. Even though we have 44, we can't have a second building permit without like literally becoming a subdivision. So what we did is we applied, and this may help you in your areas. We applied for, well, there's three. There's mother-in-law quarters, which had a 900 square foot maximum of living space. There is a agricultural worker facility or home, and then a caretaker's home. And those were actually two different, but those two were the same. So we'll just speak about them as the same. In the caretaker's home, you can actually apply for the building permit. You have to show that somebody's working for you and is employed. And once you show that, they'll actually let you build another house. So what we did is we put a building permit on this one, and then we helped this home come up to compliance. The problem was they hooked up to the old septic system out of this home, and what it did is make it so we had an inadequate septic system for the number of bedrooms, and they forced us to build a new one. And we kind of needed a new one anyway, and we want to add on to this house because it's too small for us someday. We want to make a little bigger home, and so we were able to put in a giant septic system. So you can see all this here going to the house. These are the new route. The big tank is down here. So you can see this big, giant, huge tank. And then you can see the leach fields are over there. So now we have this really big septic system that can supply, I believe we're permitted for 6 bedrooms. So 2 bedrooms in that house, 4 bedrooms in this one. So I anticipated that we'd add on and we'd have a few more bedrooms. And now we have this really big, robust septic system that allows us to not only have 2 residences, which increases our value because this thing only appraised as that was the home, that was a garage. So we increased the value of the property, but we also made it so that we have 2 residences where we can do creative things like what we're doing and we do have, by the way, our hired man lives on the property, and that's where he can live. And so that allows us to not be so hamstrung to our property. It also helps us to get a hired man or a hired person for less, even move in a family where one person's on the farm at all the times. And that's one of the goals of the lifesteading stuff as well, is to own land but not have it own us. I still love to travel. I love to hunt and fish. I want to be gone, but I can't be if I'm the only one taking care of the place. A lot of people end up owning land and then they lose all their lifestyle, and I didn't want to do that. So there you go. I wanted to share with you kind of what we're doing and what this looks like, because it might spur some ideas for you, and in trying to be a lifesteader and creating a full and abundant life while being a landowner. One of the ways you can is by having a secondary residence, and you may be able to kind of use this kind of little unknown facet of building to help you out in your area as well. So I hope you find that helpful. My name's Marc Warnke. I'm the founder of the Lifesteading Movement as well as the owner of PackGoats.com, and we hope to help you to be better landowners and to just have a rad life doing what you love to do, because that's what we're supposed to be here doing. So I hope you find that helpful. Click to subscribe, leave a comment, and if you like what we do, share it with your friends. All right, take care. Bye-bye.